Kenyan President William Ruto has banned African attire in Kenyan parliament, and a 70-year woman in Uganda has become Africa's oldest new mother. She has given birth to twins at the age of 70. Welcome to the show. My name, as always, KBA Japan, and thank you so much for joining me. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, tap the bell notification icon, drop a comment, and let's get engaged on the platform. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to have you tonight. Jumping straight into the stories, Kenyan President William Ruto, as indicated earlier, has banned traditional African attire in Kenyan parliament. And this story was reported by africanews.com. And most people on social media and in the country of Kenya have shared their views on what they think about this whole story. Let us know what you also think about the story. So they go on to report that Kenyan Parliament has instituted a ban on the iconic Kaunda suit named after the late Zambian President Kenneth Kaunda within its premises. Speaker of Parliament Moses Wetangula says both Kaunda suit and traditional African attire were no longer permissible. I find this very, 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 very bizarre, if you should ask me, because traditional African attire is part of the culture of the people of Kenya. The Kaunda suit is part of the people and the culture of Kenya. So a president who is also a Kenyan, who is also an African, passes a law in parliament to ban the wearing of the attire, which is a cultural symbol of the people. It's something that beats my imagination. Now, culture is a kind of way of life. It is actually our way of life. Yeah, that includes our belief systems, our accents, the way we live, the food we eat, the clothes we wear. That is what defines the people of Kenya. To have the name Kenya and the entire country called Kenya, you need culture to define such an identity, to pinpoint, to know that this person is from Kenya or not. And it's not only through clothing, through the language that people speak, through the food they eat, through their mannerisms and the way they communicate, through their festivals, through their do's and don'ts, you can identify a group of people. And it's the same way with traditional attires. Through traditional attires, like the Kaunda suit and all other traditional attires in Kenya, through those things, you can identify the Kenyan people when you see them. So to place an embargo and a ban on traditional attires, and in particular Kaunda suit in Kenya, is like taking away the identity of the people. You are making the country and its nationals lose their identity. Mr. President William Ruto, I think you can still do a better thing. You can still reverse this bill. Because culture is really, really, really significant in this modern society. These are major elements. The symbols of the people, these are major elements of culture. The values and the norms and the language of the people, These are significant aspects of society. Now, you want to pass on a country that is cherishing its values and culture to a generation yet to come. You don't want to lose it. So in nation building and in the nation dialogue of the people of Kenya, putting a ban on traditional attires will not bring development. It won't solve your economic issues. It won't. It won't improve public sector. It won't improve social amenities. Now, you've got local artisans who design and manufacture these traditional fabrics. Number one, instead of creating employment, you are actually taking away jobs, Mr. President William Ruto. You are actually taking away jobs from the people of Kenya. I don't think this is what you want. Maybe you did not think about the bill properly. Maybe you did not think about the ban properly. Maybe the members of parliament who passed that bill made an error. It can still be revised, because going into the civil service, into an official government building to work on behalf of the citizens of Kenya, a ban on traditional attires and clothing and the Kuanda suit wouldn't change anything in these institutions. Rather, encourage it, Mr. President Ruto. Encourage people in Kenya to rather wear traditional African attires to boost the economy locally. That's what you can do. That is what you can do. Not to take away the people their jobs, and also take away, their cultural norms and values and dignity. No. That's not what we want. That is not what we want. Reading on the story, notably, the Kenyan President William Ruto frequently dons the Kuanda suit during official events, contributing to its popularity among the political elite, not only in Kenya, but also some parts of Africa. The Kuanda suit, characterized by a safari jacket and matching trousers, draws its name from the Zambian president who played a pivotal role in making it a fashion. So, the former Zambian president played a key role in making the Kuanda suit a fashion. You shouldn't kill it. Rather, encourage it. If you alone wear that Kuanda suit to official events, how many of those suits can you buy from local artisans, Mr. President, Mr. Speaker of Parliament, dear parliamentarians? How many of those suits can you buy from local artisans? But if the whole nation is wearing that suit, can you imagine the revenue you create? Sometimes it's not all about passing laws. Sometimes it's not all about being rigid. No. It's about being flexible and knowing how to make the most out of every situation. Mr. President, it's never too late. Revise this bill, because you are not only taking away cultural values and norms from the people, you are crippling your own economy. Yes. Gradually, the informal sector in your country, in the clothing industry, will crash. It will all come crashing down. It will all come crashing down. Because majority of your employed people are civil servants. Yeah, majority of them. If you put a ban on traditional African attire in parliament and to other government institutions, just imagine the amount of money you'll be losing. Think about it, Mr. President. Thank you very much. On to the next story of the day. Ugandan woman, 70 years of age, has delivered twins. Yes, she has become the oldest new mother in Africa. This story was also published on africanews.com. A Ugandan woman has become Africa's oldest new mother after giving birth, aged 70 to twins on Wednesday in Kampala. Safina Namukawa delivered a boy and girl twins via cesarean prematurely at 31 weeks. The babies were put in incubators and are said to be stable. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. The woman had undergone fertility treatment at the Women's Hospital International Fertility Center. This is extraordinary achievement, delivering twins to Africa's oldest mother at 70, Dr. Edward Tamale Sally, who supervised her pregnancy and delivery, says. This is absolutely marvelous. Sometimes you cannot understand life, you know, and we are all happy with Safina on her delivery, she becoming the oldest new mother in Africa. Congratulations to her and then to her family. So sometimes you cannot actually understand the way life works. Yeah, this is a 70-year-old woman who, by all odds, should not be giving birth at this time of her age. You know? But nature sometimes defies the odds and goes against science and technology and what doctors say. And this is a perfect example of such situations. There's a woman out there who is 30, 40, 50 years, still struggling to give birth. And this story should be a form of motivation to you if you are struggling to have babies. Safina at age 70 has given birth to twins. That should tell you that anything and everything is possible under the sun. Yeah, everything is possible. Sometimes the doctors and science may downplay the fact because they have got the record on paper. And science speaks according to fact. But there's something called faith, which when you have and you hold on to it, should work for you. If you're a woman out there believing God for a baby, or whatever you believe in, whatever you put your faith in, if you are believing that thing for a baby or a child, keep holding on. Don't give up. Safina here is your motivation. Thank you very much.